Well, not a week goes by here at 8 News Now without us receiving emails or phone calls involving housing problems. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm David Charnes.
And I'm Denise Valdez. And many of those messages involve renting disputes with unresponsive landlords.
All this week, 8 News Now investigator Vanessa Murphy has been getting answers, but she's also learned renters have limited options.
I just can't believe the insensitivity.
John Dudley had no hot water and no working toilet for weeks, but he kept paying rent at the Avenue 965 apartments because he didn't want a legal battle.
I'm paying for a place that I'm not being able to use.
I was expecting it to be fixed within a few days.
Amanda Nelson's family of 7 didn't have water for months. She did withhold rent and received eviction notices.
Literally the day after Christmas, we went to court.
Consumer rights attorney Nicholas Haley is representing the family.
Regarding the non-payment, we have a failure to deliver water service to the home, which was a basis to withhold rent.
Haley works at Legal Aid Center of Southern Nevada, which provides legal services to individuals who may not be able to afford an attorney.
We have to maintain our housing locally.
He says tenants can withhold rent if essential services aren't being provided. By Nevada state law, those are heat, air conditioning, running water, hot water, electricity, gas, a functioning door lock. For habitability issues like violations of housing or health codes for health, safety, or sanitation, if a tenant withholds rent, they need to deposit the money with Justice Court. But can they afford to?
Withholding rent, the landlord's probably going to give you a non-payment notice, and nobody wants to have that. Even if you're right, you don't want to have to go to court and fight this and deposit rent with the court, which is required. In fact, if you deposit rent with the court and you need some other housing in the interim, how are you going to pay for it? Most people can't afford 2 rents at one time. There are some other avenues you can pursue as well. Potentially you can rip up the lease and just move on elsewhere, but then you would have a fight with your landlord after that. And moving's expensive in its own right. So while there are options, they are all onerous in one way or another.
In John Dudley's case, we reached out to Clark County Commissioner Tick Sagerbloom, who also hit some roadblocks. With some persistence, the county issued a violation notice. Plumbing issues here appear to be fixed now, and a hearing is scheduled.
If a commissioner is hitting roadblocks, what does this mean?
It means that there aren't very good means of addressing this type of issue. We do need to have some means whereby a tenant who might be of limited means and can't have a protracted legal dispute with their landlord to nonetheless be able to get these issues fixed without having to suffer under a potential non-payment notice or have to go to court. Maybe some system of a commissioner or some kind of simplified process that can deal specifically with these types of issues. And there's certainly a lot of them. This is a widespread issue in the Clark County area, so I do think that some more effective means or specialty court in dealing with this would be very valuable.
How urgent is this?
There's certainly thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that have this issue.
I have one that's for cold water.
At Amanda Nelson's home, water was turned back on hours after our first story with the family aired. But the legal battle isn't over. Reporting in Las Vegas, Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
Now, Assembly Bill 211 is being considered, which would give cities and counties the ability to take over properties from unresponsive landlords to get those repairs done. But this bill would only target extreme circumstances. For example, an entire housing complex with a serious health issue. If you missed any of Vanessa's reports, you can find them all at 8newsnow.com and also go there to reach out to our 8